Welcome to Montreal Airport in Canada. Just landing here from Toronto on board the 737. Today's video we're going over Air Canada's business class from Montreal to Brussels on the A330. You can see our aircraft there sitting in front of us as we sit in the boarding lounge with a beautiful view. The Maple Leaf Lounge in Montreal is quite nice and aesthetic compared to some other lounges. This is the one in the International Lounge. You can see with its dark tones and lots of greenery plants, it's a really nice area to hang out before your flight. Now we booked this trip on Aeroplan points, so this is how we were able to use the lounge, etc. One thing I noticed though, our flight was pretty much during every other international flight, so the lounge was fairly busy and it was hard to find a spot as we came in. The lounge now with Maple Leaf, they have a 3-hour rule, so we actually had a connection from Toronto which didn't allow us to get in to the lounge within 3 hours of boarding, so we actually had to wait outside for a little bit, but they finally let us in. We found a spot by the windows and enjoyed some food and drinks before we boarded onto the Airbus. As you can see coming up in this next slide, you'll be able to notice the food selection that they had to offer. That day they had poutine Montreal smoked meat sandwich, really good. Delicious food, a lot to choose from. We actually ate a bit too much that once we got on board, we couldn't enjoy the food as much on board because we were so full from the lounge. So I really recommend just taking a few snacks, especially if you're going to be boarding on an international flight. Lots of great spots to sit, especially at the windows if you can grab that spot. You got some amazing views of the aircraft on the gates, etc. It's a beautiful night to fly. You can see we have the new livery in front of us there. That's our aircraft we're going to take. You can see some other Air Canada aircraft as well as Air France at the gates as well. Come on board with us on board this A330. This has the new business class layouts. Really nice. Now, however, I've heard some mixed reviews. I've flown business class on the 787 before, 7777. The A330, it is a smaller wide body, so the seats you will notice are a little tinier than the Dreamliner or 777. However, it pretty much looked brand new. You can see here, just kind of going over the seat, you got the remote control there to control the TV. You got some headphones there, some good storage there you can put on your laptop, etc. They do have a little lamp as well. This flight was fairly quiet actually. There was about 4 business class seats that were empty. In front of us you can see the amenity kit that they have. Luckily we had the older one, which was actually still nice before they changed to the newer one. You see some seat selections there. You can move your seat in many different ways. You actually have a massage option, which was quite cool. Yeah, you can change your seat if you just want your feet up or if you want to lay back. You got so many different movements there you can do, as well as lumbar support, which I found quite helpful in the lower back area. Some good storage. With the A330, I noticed if you're in a couple or if you're traveling with someone you like, the middle seat has this divider wall that you're able to open and close to talk to your significant other. Just going over some storage space there, you got some plugs that you can plug in your phone, laptop, etc. And the amenity kit, really good amenity kit. It has quite a few things inside, which we'll go over in a little bit. As well as when you first get boarded on board, they come around with sparkling wine, champagne, in other words, which was really delicious. In the amenity kit, you get a few things, lotions, a dental kit which has toothpaste, toothbrush, mouthwash, etc. You get some earplugs as well, and some travel socks as well as an eye mask. So it was fairly handy and nice to have, especially the dental kit, when you're prior to landing to freshen up. Medikits by Acqua di Parma. It's a great brand. I found the lotion quite nice, and I actually kept the bag for future traveling. On today's flight, they did serve dinner, which was really good. We'll go over that. Here is the French menu. Since we flew out of Montreal, the first priority language, I guess, was French, then English, which I found compared to flying out of Toronto. You can see the English menu. So they had many different wines to choose from, as well as some food options. You can see the appetizer was really delicious. I went with the shrimp course. A lot of food, though. Really great Air Canada on that sense. I really like how they serve multiple food and not at the same time. Lots of movies and TV shows to watch on their screen. I found the screen was a really good size. Again, it was a bit smaller than your Dreamliner 777, but I actually didn't mind it. It felt super cozy being in the smaller pod. Before dinner, they came around with a hot towel. Everyone likes the hot towel. It really refreshes you. I wish they did have like a scent compared to the Middle Eastern Airlines, but that's alright. I went with white wine out of Spain, and obviously their classic dry roasted heated nuts, delicious prior to eating dinner. The wine was really delicious. This scene, you can see their appetizer, really delicious with some hummus, roasted red pepper dip, a little salad, and you could choose from garlic bread, naan bread, regular bread as well, which I thought was a great idea. Really good appetizer. I was very happy with the selection and all the tastes that were coming out there, especially the feta dip were really delicious. The appetizer was done. They did come across with the main course meal, which was the shrimp noodles. I thought this dish was quite tasteless, I'd say. The shrimp was delicious, but there wasn't really enough sauce. The noodles were quite bland. That's the only thing I noticed on this dish. Still really good. I went with this just because I wasn't as hungry, so I thought it would be a light dish compared to some of the other meals that they had on board, such as like the curry or the braised beef, etc. Great mood lighting as well. I found, which I really enjoyed with Air Canada. We left at nighttime, so they kind of set the lights to be like a sunset mood kind of thing. I did find, though, however, their meal service was quite lengthy, so if you're looking forward to getting some sleep, the meal I felt was almost 2 hours long. So that's some downside there if you're looking to get some sleep right away. As the meal was done, they changed the lights to kind of go into a darker mood to get you ready for bed, which you'll see here is all made up. I did make my own bed. They don't come around and do that for you. One thing with the A330, it is a smaller area compared to the Dreamliner, as I mentioned, so when you actually lay down, it was quite compact. So if you're claustrophobic, you really notice that. Now in the morning, just a little bit before landing, they came across with a breakfast plate. I didn't take their omelet just because I was so full from a few hours prior to eating the dinner. So I just had a fresh fruit and a croissant and some coffee, which was enough to get me going. They served food just coming over Ireland, so we had about an hour and a half left prior to landing. From there, I noticed, especially the Montreal flights, it's almost an hour shorter compared to if you're used to flying out of Toronto, which is a difference for sure. Beautiful sunrise coming over Ireland there. It was cloudy, but that's Europe for you. So beautiful view. I would really like to try a window seat next time just to have your own space, but again, with your significant other, the middle seat is very nice, that you can open and close that wall and chat. But yeah, thank you for coming on board. I really appreciate you viewing and we hope you have a fantastic day. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Thanks. Have a great day.